DC News Now at 5. A judge has decided the fate of Katherine Hochul. That decision ahead. Plus, the National Transportation Safety Board now weighing in on a bill moving through Capitol Hill.
I want to be very clear that it does not in any way enhance safety.
How this could change the way the military uses the skies. Then tracking a cool down as rain moves out. Meteorologist David Matson is tracking the latest on when we could see some sunny skies. Also, a teacher in Arlington is a finalist for the 2026 Grammy Music Educator Award.
I feel incredibly humble. I feel incredibly lucky that I've been nominated to begin with.
How he's helping the next generation of musicians. And we're stretching your dollar with ways to navigate medical insurance denials as we near the end of the year. Right now, we're following several breaking news stories tonight. Thanks for joining us for DC News Now here at 5. I'm Annalisa Gale. Mark Hall has the evening off. Well, in the district, the chair of the National Transportation Safety Board speaking out about a bill moving through the Capitol Hill now that would essentially undo the safety protocol put in place after the January 29th mid-air collision. DC News Now's Marielle Carbone will join us in the studio with more details soon. But first, in Rockville, Maryland, a judge has ruled Katherine Hochul is competent to stand trial for murder more than a decade after her two young children disappeared in Montgomery County. DC News Now's Kevon Dupree has been following this story for us from the courtroom. He joins us live. Kevon, what else are you learning?
That's right. The judge said after hearing arguments from both the prosecution and the defense over the past 2 days, he has been convinced that Katherine Hochul is competent to stand trial for the murder of her two children. Now, Hochul was arrested and recharged in August. A state-appointed therapist conducted a competency evaluation on Hochul following her arrest and said she was not competent to stand trial. The therapist believes Hochul still has delusions and is a danger to herself and others. The Montgomery County State's Attorney's Office hired a private forensic psychiatrist to evaluate Hochul last month. The psychiatrist said while Hochul clearly suffers from schizophrenia, she determined Hochul is competent for trial. The judge said that just because someone has schizophrenia, it does not automatically make them unfit for trial. The judge added that the content in the calls and text messages that Hochul made while she was in jail proved to him that she is competent. Hochul's lawyer, the state's attorney, and the father of Hochul's children reacting to the ruling earlier today.
We respect the judge's decision. It's obvious that Judge Bonifant spent a long time evaluating the legal standard and evaluating the evidence presented. I don't agree with his decision, but we certainly respect it.
This is a case that has taken 11 years to get us to where we are today.
We've been trying to do this for a very long time, as you guys know, but at the same time, we're about to go through a murder trial for my two babies, and that's what I don't ever want anyone to lose sight of. This is still about my kids.
Now, the last time anyone saw Hochul with her children was back in 2014, and Hochul is expected to be back in court on December 23rd. In Rockville, I'm Kevon Dupree, DC News Now.
Kevon, thank you. And breaking tonight, the NTSB sounding the alarm, criticizing a proposal from Congress that would allow military helicopters to fly close to Reagan National Airport again. Restrictions have been in place since earlier this year when a military helicopter collided midair with a passenger plane, killing all on board both aircrafts. Now, DC News Now's Marielle Carbone has been tracking this for us. She's joining us live in the studio. Marielle, what are you learning there?
Well, the NTSB chair, Jennifer Homendy, says that these proposed changes are shameful and would essentially give the military unfettered access to DCA airspace, making it less safe than it is today and returning to the same conditions in place when that mid-air collision occurred back in January. Now, we are talking about the NDAA. That is the National Defense Authorization Act of 2026, which essentially lays out policies and funding for the Department of Defense. Now, according to Homendy, a provision provision in the bill allows the military to operate any training missions it wants in the DCA airspace in a manner similar to what existed prior to the mid-air collision. It rolls back broadcasting requirements, and she says it allows very little input from the FAA or the Department of Transportation. Now, back on January 29th, a military helicopter conducting a training operation collided with an American Eagle passenger plane over the Potomac River, killing 67 people in total. An investigation found the helicopter was flying higher than it was allowed.
If this becomes law, no, I would be concerned about safety in the D.C. airspace. Absolutely not. I could not assure anybody. I would not stand up there and say this guarantees safety. It does not. It is a step backward. In fact, I would say it's a safety whitewash.
The NTSB is still finalizing its official report on the incident, which will include recommendations. So Hamady says these changes are getting ahead of the NTSB. Now, that bill before Congress, it is currently being considered, and if it passes as is, it's unclear when the implementation would actually start. We've reached out to the House Armed Services Committee about all this, and we are still waiting to hear back. Reporting in the studio, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
Marielle, thank you. And today, the families of the mid-air collision releasing a statement saying, quote, while we appreciate congressional attention to rotary wing operations in the National Defense Authorization Act, it does not resolve the visibility and coordination failures that contributed to that tragedy. As written, it leaves the status quo largely unchanged. And for more details on this story and more, you could head to our website, dcnewsnow.com, to read the latest. And turning now to our forecast on this Wednesday with meteorologist Damon Matson. Damon, slightly more comfortable out there than in recent days.
Certainly is, and we're thankful to have that. A little bit of a break from that bitter cold we've been dealing with. But go figure, it sort of comes at a cost. It's been very gray across most of the region today as a Clipper system makes its way past us here on this Wednesday. Now, that Clipper system is the reason why we brought in much warmer air as southerly winds have really taken hold, but it sort of has fueled some light precipitation, especially north of D.C. this afternoon. The majority of the region from D.C. southward has stayed dry, but we've had this little bit of light rainfall, which just as quickly as it arrived, it's on its way out back across the I-81 corridor, the South Mountain corridor as well, between Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Frederick. And then we did have some of that light rain just very briefly dropping down toward Montgomery County, the I-270 corridor, but that definitely did not last very long. And we're only seeing rain with the warmer temperatures to the east, but out across our mountain counties, the one little sliver of the DMV, Garrett County, where the elevation starts to get up to 2,500, 3,000 feet, it's all snow. And with the gusty winds we're going to continue to see, they're dealing with near whiteout conditions. Blizzard warnings are in effect there until tomorrow morning. So a nasty setup there along the highest ridge tops in our area, but everybody else, no concern like that. We're going to see the clouds hang around as the rain showers wrap up. Warmer temperatures will hang on for a bit longer, but as it clears out tonight, the next burst of cold air is going to roll in. So we'll talk about just how chilly it's going to be for the end of the week, and if a little bit down the line here, all of us could see some snowflakes before the weekend. We'll have that in your full forecast here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. Well, in Maryland, police in Prince George's County now investigating an overnight shooting that left one dead on Winbrook Drive in Clinton near Piscataway Creek. They say right now police are working to identify a suspect. The victim has not been identified. And taking a live look now soon at Reagan National Airport tonight, where the U.S. Department of Transportation says new federal grants could make flying a lot more comfortable for passengers. The DOT just launching a campaign to keep travelers healthy and friendly. Airports can apply for a minimum of $25,000. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says the money could fund family screening, lanes at TSA, or even designated workout areas.
You travel with kids, you have a lot of stuff. Sometimes it seems like you're a burden to the passengers behind you. So if they had a dedicated family lane, that would make things super convenient. If they had showers, I most definitely would work out.
It gives people an opportunity, commuters and travelers, something to do outside of just staring at their phones or eating. I work out every day, and so yeah, coming to the airport to work out, I think that would be pretty interesting.
And Secretary Duffy is encouraging travelers to tell their local airports to apply. Airports have until January 15th to submit their proposals. Also, a new proposal from the Trump administration calling for travelers to provide their social media history for the past 5 years. This potential requirement would apply to those using the Electronic System for Traveler Authorization, also known as ESTA. It's an online application for a visa waiver program, which asks for information like birth date and past criminal history. The United Kingdom, Australia, Japan, and New Zealand are among the 42 countries that use that program. As of now, providing social media data is considered optional, but this proposal would make that mandatory. This issue is open for public comment through February 9th.